Welcome, I'm Heather. Thanks so much for joining me for this relaxing yin yoga practice. We'll be here for about 45 minutes. And tonight we're going to start you in a standing position. If you'd like to just take a moment to find your stance, find your posture, aligning your head over your heart and your heart over your pelvis. Your knees soft and relaxed. You can close your eyes if you feel balanced here. If you need to keep them open, just finding a focal point, maybe right in front or on the wall somewhere. On your next breath in, we're going to slowly reach the arms up. And on the next breath out, we'll release the arms. Let's take a big sigh out through the mouth on the exhalation. And a slow inhale, reaching. And on the exhalation, release through your mouth. One more breath here. And exhale. Good. This time we'll bring both arms up and we'll come into a side bend. So I'm going to bring my hands right together, pointing the index fingers, bringing them right over my head and slowly leaning over to the left. Pausing here for a few breaths. And next time you inhale, slowly come back to center. Exhale, other side. Gently reaching through your arms. Next breath in, come back to center. Next breath out, release your arms. Bring your arms down, rolling your shoulders a few times. In one direction, and then we'll slowly move the shoulders in the opposite direction. Continue to breathe slow and deep. And shake your arms out a little bit there. And I'm just gonna turn to the side to show you the next posture. We're gonna come into a forward bend. Again, it's called the dangling. You can bring the arms up. And on the exhalation, we'll fold over from the hips. And if you like to work with some props, you can place them underneath your hands. If not, for now, let your hands come down to the floor. You can have your knees slightly bent. And continue to breathe, letting your arms and your shoulders and your head sink. If you'd like to move a little bit deeper here, you can always cross your arms. Okay. With your arms released, you can also sway a little from side to side. Okay, so everybody releasing your arms, and then just bring your left hand across to the outside of your right leg. Bring your right hand up to your low back, looking to the right for a bit of a twist. And then exhale, releasing. Inhaling here, starting to come up halfway, and exhale into the twist to the other side. And next time you breathe out, release down. And we're going to slowly come down onto our mat. So I'll just slide my hands forward, walk the feet back. I'm going to bring the feet out to the side so that I can come right onto my seat. If you'd like, you can work with a bit of a prop underneath your hips. If you have a cushion, something you to use to lift up and out of your hips, we're going to bring the soles of the feet together. And I might also use a prop for the head right away. So if you have something close by to support the head when we come forward. But first, just a nice, easy rotation through your upper body. So circling right from your pelvis loosening up through your hips and your back. And this time rotating in the opposite direction. Keep breathing here. Feel into your body. And the next time you come forward, inhale straight up. You can pull back a little bit on your legs or on your knees. Push your elbows back, lift your chest. And exhale, we'll come forward. So we'll come into a forward bend. This is where it is nice to support the head if you have something. You might do something like this. You might take a few blocks if you have. And bring, if you need a little bit higher, you can stack them one on top of the other. Just let your arms come down, palms facing up. I'm going to be here for a few minutes. If you need to release at any point, please do. A few modifications here. You can slide your feet out farther. And if your hips are really not happy in the butterfly tonight, you can also just extend your legs out straight out to the sides in a wide angle position. It's always an option. And as we're here, we're breathing slowly into the back. When you breathe out, soften through your back, your shoulders, your neck. A nice, slow, easy breath in and out. And in yin, we typically want to reduce any fidgeting, want to come into stillness, surrender into the pose, so yield to it, and pause. If you notice that your body's starting to get really comfortable there and you want to shift a little bit deeper, that's also always an option. So you can adjust your head support. And just remember, it's not always easy to stay in these longer holds. It can be quite challenging, just as well. I don't want to say physically, like you shouldn't be experiencing pain. You want to adjust if you do and come out a little. But mentally, it can be tricky to stay here. So just keep coming back to your breath. We hold so that we go deep into the body. We go through the outer layers and our pose starts to open the deeper layers of the body, opening the ligaments, the tendons, the fascia, the connective tissue of the body. To come out, which we'll do in about 2 or 3 breaths, we're going to slowly start to straighten the arms a little bit. So pushing through your hands in front, and then walk your hands slowly in. towards your body, readjusting, realigning through your whole upper body. And we'll do a counter pose, bringing the hands behind for a moment and lifting the chest. And slowly we'll come out of that pose. So we're going to bring our legs up and in. The next position is going to be on the belly. So if you'd like to slowly make your way down and onto your belly and into the Sphinx. Once you come into the Sphinx, your elbows are right underneath your shoulders, arms in front, hands in line with your shoulders. You can, if you need to, slide your arms out as far as you'd like. Do a little bit of a sway from side to side to loosen up your back. And then find that central positioning. And with your head, we're going to slowly turn the head a little bit to the right and then lower the chin down towards that shoulder. On your next breath in, slowly lift the chin, roll your head back to center, turn it gently to the other side, and slowly lower your chin to the other shoulder. Relax any tension in your jaw. And next breath in, slowly come back to center. If you'd like some support here, you can always take your blocks again. And you can position your head comfortably on your blocks. If you don't have blocks, no worries. There's another variation here where you might deepen it a little bit by placing your arms on the blocks. And a slow, steady rhythm to your breath. Closing your eyes, gazing inward. And tell yourself there's nothing else I need to be doing right now. And if you're on the blocks, you'll want to remove them, shift them to the side. And from here, we're going to slide all the way down. You can extend your arms out for a moment, reaching slightly through your fingers. And then bend at your elbows. Bring your elbows in line with your shoulders for cactus arms. Turn your head to the right side and bring your right leg in towards your, so you're bending your knee and you're sliding your knee in towards your elbow for the half frog pose. Just let your body sink melting down into the floor, into your mat. And to come out of this, we'll slowly release that right leg from that position, straighten it out again, and slowly bring your left knee in towards your left shoulder, your left elbow, I should say, turning your head to the left side. Let go to your arms and your shoulders. Let everything sink down. And then we'll slowly straighten out through the left leg again. Bring your arms right over your head, reaching. And slowly back in, creeping your hands underneath you again. Bring hands right underneath the shoulders, push up. And this time coming into the puppy pose. So we'll extend the arms forward, come down onto your elbows. Keep your knees in line with your hips, underneath your hips, and just settle your head down comfortably to your mat. And just to offer another way of doing puppy, just in case you want to try now or anytime, you can always slide some support underneath your arms to deepen it. The higher the support, of course, the more opening. I'm going to rest your head. So I'm just positioning the blocks so my elbows and my head also rest. I'll stay for about 4 or 5 more breaths. To come out of this one, you can press your elbows down and slowly lift your head. Come forward, bring your hands underneath your shoulders. And let's do a few rounds of the cat-cow. On the exhalation, arching the back. On the inhale, slowly looking forward. And just continue to flow for the next 3 or 4 breaths here. Good. This time, as you exhale, arch your back, slowly widen your knees as wide as it's comfortable. Again, if you are working with support and you want to use it for child's pose, feel free. You can use blocks, a pillow or two, or also a nice bolster. I like using the bolster. I'm just going to slide my blocks in. And bringing the bolster to you, not trying, or the pillows to you, not trying to reach yourself over the pillow. Just slide it underneath your body naturally. Resting here. And feeling your breath flow in and out of your back, softening on the exhalation a little bit more through your shoulders, your neck. It's a wonderfully restorative position, helping to open and soothe your back. It's also wonderful for soothing and nourishing our internal organs, our digestive system, and also the overworked adrenal glands and kidneys. So just rest here, knowing that your body is being deeply nourished. We'll slowly reach out a little bit more with the arms. Come up very slowly. So we're going to come into a hippopreneur, the next one. So I'm going to suggest the pigeon, but if you know you prefer to do this pose lying down on your back, and the variation is like this. Okay, bringing your leg in, holding onto your other leg. Feel free to go into that. I'm going to show the pigeon pose. Bringing my left leg forward, right leg back. Your body might take a little bit to adjust to it, so you can rock from side to side, and just to see where my knee is placed right in front of the hip and my foot is over to the other side, the other hip. I'm going to come into your central positioning with your hips. I'm going to use the blocks for the initial first part of the pose here. I'm allowing, again, your head to rest, to be supported. And for you, if that's coming right down onto your mat with your head, go for it. But you can also get there slowly. We always want to wait for the inner cue from our body before we proceed a little deeper. Your body will let you know. You'll get feeling more open and comfortable. And again, we want to hold for at least a couple minutes. It takes that long for the body to open up, to release. Again, to move into the deeper layers of the body. And you might start to feel the outer body, the outer muscles starting to release a bit more. We'll stay here for just a few more breaths. When we're ready to come out, again, sliding the hands underneath the shoulders, slowly pushing up. And I'm going to just stay here with the left leg as I come into this pose. Right leg straight out to the side. Grab my bolster, place it on the inside of my right leg. I'm also going to use blocks here for the next pose. We're going to come into a position where we're coming over this extended right leg. So I'm going to bring the blocks as far out as it's comfortable away from the hip and just rest there on the elbow and the side of my hand, or the palm of my hand resting, allowing the side of the head to rest. And then if you'd like, with the other arm, you can slowly lift and open, find what works. If that doesn't feel right, you can adjust as you need to. You can lift up with your chest a little bit, look to the left, reach your arm up. Exhale, come back into it, leaning a little bit more down towards that right side. And then inhale again, lift up through the head, looking up. Exhale. And just easing into this pose, whatever feels good here. And now this time I'm just going to lean, or let my body lean right over towards the right side, coming down with the head. And then slowly come back up. So don't worry too much if you don't have the right amount of props. Just make yourself comfortable in that pose. You can always use a belt. The next pose we're going to do, I'm going to keep the bolster in front. I'm going to lie down onto the side. Reach your left, so I'm on my left side, straightening the left leg, bringing the right leg, the top leg over top of that support, lifting up through the right arm and opening it out to the side if that doesn't feel right. If it's too deep of the twist, you can always come to your back first instead of starting on your side. And just let your shoulders release as much as you can. Again, make it comfortable. Do what feels good here. You can always do this reclined twist starting on your back and just coming into this pose with your top leg over to the opposite side. And when you're ready to come out, I'm just going to come back to my left side, reaching both arms overhead for a moment. I'm on my side. And then bring that top arm to help support you into seated position for a moment. And I'm gonna do the whole thing again, just on the other side. But before we do that, just a short integration in child's pose. So come to child's pose for a few breaths. And decide from here, the next pose is the reclined, or sorry, not the reclined. It could be the reclined pigeon pose, but I'm going to show you the traditional way of doing the pigeon. But if you want to lie on your back and cross that right leg now over. So I'm bringing the right leg forward in this position. And I'll just grab my blocks. Coming into pigeon pose. Easing your hips into it. When you're ready, you can move deeper on your own time though. Soften through your arms, your shoulders, your head. Breathe in here and just let your whole body settle and sink. And again, if you sense that you want to go a little deeper, your body's letting go, and come off the prop. If you'd like, bring your head closer down to the floor. Staying for 4 to 5 more breaths. When you're ready, slowly walk your hands back in if you're in this position, if you're lying down. And slowly transition, bringing the right leg in and extending the left leg out to the side. Again, we're going to use our props. So I'll bring whatever you've got. If you got a couple pillows, that would be nice. One of those harder blocks or 2 of those harder blocks. Lean over. Okay. And when you're ready, slowly bring that other arm up and over. And if a little movement feels nice, you can reach up, look up, go to the side, and exhale, come back. It's nice and slow and gentle. This time we might fold right over top of that leg for a few breaths. And slowly push into your hands, come back to center. And the next positioning is, I'm going to start on my side, on the right side this time for the twist. If you prefer to start on your back for the reclined twist, go for it. Straighten out that bottom leg this time. Bring the bolster close, bring the top leg on top of that cushion or bolster. And when you're ready, you can lift that other arm up and over. And just as you need to. Breathing in slowly, deeply, exhaling, softening. Let go, let your body settle deeper to your arms and your shoulders. Next time you exhale, it's through your back, your hips, your legs. Nowhere to go, nothing else to do. Soften and release any tension. Just let that tension melt away with time. As you support your body. To come out of this, you can come back to the side for a moment, reaching your arms right over your head and slowly releasing back, but this time right onto your back. So we'll bend the knees and adjust our body to come straight down onto the back. Might do a few rounds of the bridge lift. On the inhale, lifting slightly through your hips. Exhale to flow back down. Couple more times with your breath. Inhaling, planting your feet, lifting to your hips. Exhale down. One more time. This time at the end of your exhalation, hug those knees in towards your chest. Holding for 3 more breaths. And if you'd like here, you can slide your hands to the backs of your legs and just lift up for a moment. Let's slowly bring your knees back into your chest and slowly down one at a time. We are ready for our relaxation position. I'm just gonna grab my blanket here. You can do whatever you'd like. If it's really close to bedtime for you and you just want to go into your bed, you need to drift off to sleep. And you can always come back first to your breath, softening. Exhale through your mouth once or twice to fully release and let go even more. And feel your body settle deeper. Relax through your feet. Let the weight of your legs comfortably heavy sinking down. Move your awareness slowly up your legs, the backs of your hips, the front of your hips. Feel right through your whole back, from your lower back to your middle to your upper. Shoulder blades release and sink. Feel the front of your torso soften and open. Feel your breath like a gentle wave rising and falling in a slow, steady rhythm. Softening hands, arms, and shoulders. Soften your neck. Allow your jaw to release, teeth apart, tongue to the roof of your mouth. Let the weight of your head settle deeper down into your mat or pillow. And just be here for a few more moments in this conscious relaxation. Allow your body to fully integrate and absorb all the wonderful effects of our practice tonight. Taking that time to experience yourself in this place of relaxation and peace, breath by breath. Allowing your body to open, find an expansion, expanded awareness through your whole body. Your mind expands too, it opens. There's more space. And you're just letting yourself be. And let's take a few rounds of a slower, deeper breath in and out. We'll be starting to wiggle your fingers and your toes, rolling your ankles, maybe rolling your wrists. And come into a full body stretch here. Really finding a lot of space and opening. And you can slowly adjust however you like. Any last pose that feels good, please go for it. And take your time. I don't want to rush you out of your relaxation. Wherever you are, just come out when you're ready. Thank you so much for joining me for this session. Namaste. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day and a great sleep tonight. We'll see you again soon.